Oh. Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to my stream. I rage quit from Neo 2, and so we're trying something a bit different. We're going to play What Remains of... whatever it is, Edith Finch. Yeah, What Remains of Edith Finch.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Oh, okay.
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
Interesting.
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
See if we can... So am I Edith Finch? Can I run? I can zoom.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
What a bizarre house.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
But we're not going to open it?
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
So why are we coming back now? Interesting.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
I haven't really seen anything on this game. I have no idea how to play it.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Okay. Are we supposed to be here, or are we just supposed to beeline it to the house? I'm playing a different game. I got really pissed off. Taking a break.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Interesting way of storytelling. I'm interested. miss any dialogue up here. Oh. Right, so triangle. There's the menu. Hang on, is there a not button? Control? No. There is not. Ah, I guess not. Let's just go to the house. I need to turn the brightness up a little bit. Okay, that didn't really help in the way I was...
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
What a fucking bizarre house. I mean, like... that? Cool. Nice house. Well, what the fuck is that? What is that? You're not saying anything about that? Okay.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
But why?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
Can we turn it back on? Oh. Can I grab that torch? Nope.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Bunch of random cookbooks and shit.
Or how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Yeah, the cat loved it.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Why did you all leave?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Okay. I mean, is this game literally just wandering around getting different
Nothing
dialogue?
in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Ooh. Can I have a look? No.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Bigfoot? Why Bigfoot? What if I try and turn it the other way? No? Okay, moving on. Oh, we're back in the kitchen. Things are creaking.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
What happened? I guess we'll check the basement.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Yeah, okay. Gotta find the key. Can I ride this? No. So look at the, that's kind of normal pictures.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Well, I'm gonna have to peephole through everything. That's a freaky picture there.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
It's a cool room though. I don't want that on my wall.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Come on, key. Oh?
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Right, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let's have a little look around before we start jumping straight into the deep end. How do I? Ah.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
It's just a bathroom.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Nice.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Oh, okay, so she's like some kind of actress, child actress.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Oh. Unlucky Barbara.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Okay. I'm pretty sure there was another peephole door downstairs. Did I look in this one already?
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Well, yeah, I guess that puts a damper on friendship if they're dead. Ah, yes, there is another door. Peephole. Let's have a look.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
It's not a very big room, is it? Right, let's go in the little hole in the wall. Oh. Whatever was that? Okay.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Maybe he still is.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Well, you and me both. Because I haven't got a clue either.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That's pretty cool.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Okay.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh, okay, this is,
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
nice.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Bugger. Why don't we eat the fish? Oh, very dark. Thank you. Can we go out this door? Let's try this one first. Well, I think she said the door's locked, so we will just...
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
You're not gonna let me do that, are you? Nope.
I kept eating and eating.
You're gonna eat a toothpaste, eh? Holy shit.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window.
We're gonna eat the bird as well.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Whoa. What? Ah.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Well.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Almost.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Where'd it go? Ah.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Very disturbed child.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing.
Rabbits.
Oh. I can't see any rabbits. Oh. Did I get it? I got it. Nice.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Something bigger. What are we looking for?
A mama rabbit.
Gotcha.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Okay.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Wow, this is a bizarre game. Where the fuck? Where's the seal gone?
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
There you go.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What the fuck? This game is so weird.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
This is such a game.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
This game's so fucking bizarre. Whoa.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Be right back, 1 second. Right, we're back.
I got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
So, who am I? Am I Edith? I don't know who I am. I'm assuming I'm Edith, and then there's someone called Edie. Oh no, Edie. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Interesting.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Nice scenery. Alright, where are we now?
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Okay.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Obviously knew something was up.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Okay.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
So Odin's daughter is Edie.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Okay, so I can only look at the peephole from the outside of the room. I thought that was a bong. It's a perfume bar.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Right, okay, so I am Edith Finch.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Just for a few weeks. Built 1937, Sven.
When Edie told people
Finch.
Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
It was a slide. Now we know what the dragon
Even
thing
in
is.
her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Wow. Wow.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Yes. Yes, it was. Holy shit. It's very bright in here considering there's no power. I only have... Oh.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Well. Cool. No, no, I don't want to go in there yet. Ah, you motherfucker. I guess we're going in there. Can I climb back through? I can. Oh, okay, that's the door, that's... Okay. Like sealed shut. I don't know why you'd seal all the doors off though. Doesn't seem...
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
To make much sense. It's a funky looking camera. Milton's been here again. This is such a strange game. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's got a little command center. Anything up here for me? Can I take the camera? Nope.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
How weird that all the bedrooms are
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
still here. How strange.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly. But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh dear.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Oh, he succeeded and jumped off a cliff.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Man, this is so bizarre.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Okay.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Oh, I think it's going to be Walter that's dead.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Uh-oh.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And whoever he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
I have no idea what's happening right now.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Valves, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How's it going?
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Ding dong.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
This game's so bizarre.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
The fuck? What is this game?
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Valves, have you played or watched this game before? I've not seen anything about it. I stopped playing what I was playing because it annoyed me, and decided I'd try this out, and it's so bizarre. Like, really bizarre. I've never played a game even like this before. It's odd.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Yeah, that would explain it. Oh, okay. Slight lag while we do that. I guess we get the basement key now then. There we go. I'm not sure how long this game is, but we seem to be doing alright progress-wise, I think. I'm guessing you sort of fill up the family tree, get the story, and then I don't really know what else you do from there. Anything interesting over here? Any dialogue for me? Nope. So this is obviously where the dude was making all his funky little puzzles.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Who doesn't like a tetanus shot?
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
What kind of packages? That's a big basement. Like, there's this whole
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
section over here. I mean, what's in there? How do you even get in there?
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Oh my god. How many secrets has this place got? I cannot see a thing. Oh.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Food for days.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
That was a painting. It's pretty clever though. I like that.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of a door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Almost.
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Ten pages.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Or you know you're gonna die as soon as you leave. What? Why do they have so many books? A lot of the same books.
know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly.
Buddy, shut up. Hey! 1 second. Bloody dog.
And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Oh.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Unlucky. All that and you get hit by a train.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
What if he was 6? I mean...
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
How do you explain that to a 6-year-old? Oh, there's your uncle living in the basement because he's scared the monster's gonna eat him.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Maybe nothing.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Oh, okay.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2.
What do you mean maybe 2?
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
Oh, the one that went missing,
Found out
you
what
don't know.
happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
What is that?
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
What you going to anyway? Why is there a chair in the tree? Why are there chairs in trees?
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
This is so bizarre. Looks like there's somebody over there.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
How am I stuck? Oh. Can I walk on this thing? No. Anything in here? Nope. Man, I wish you could run.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Where do I go now then? Because I'm not... I've kind of... unlocked all the things that I can unlock, I think.
We've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
That's a fair point.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Fish, dog, cat,
3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, and Derpy Jr. Lucy, Daisy, Charlie, Tucker, Coco, Zoe. No names for the ones at the back.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly's a cat. Calvin's an astronaut. Sven built it. Edie, I guess, liked her books. Walter liked a rock with a hole in it. Barbara was a star.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Go that way or this way?
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
Well, because she kind of...
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
A 1-year-old, 33. Like, they don't live very long, a lot of these, do they? Not very long at all.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Well, that makes sense, I guess, if you're not 100% sure that they're dead. Sanjay, who's that? What is this? This looks kind of cool. How did Edie live so long and everybody else kind of got killed?
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Why would you come here when you're pregnant? What the fuck? You're scared of the house. Your family all died in the house. Yeah, you'll come here pregnant. Seems a bit fucking dumb, but there you go.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
This is put under like horror on the store, but I don't really understand why. It's more of just like a mystery.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Nope, I don't want to go through it.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Anything interesting? Nope. Okay. Let's see what happened to Sam, shall we?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Smile, Dawn. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Why does it take a picture of?
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you done yet?
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Such as?
We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Give me a minute to check the map. Let's see.
I don't really know what I'm supposed to take a picture of.
You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
What the fuck am I supposed to take a picture of?
Could have been...
fish? A glorious camp?
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
Oh.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe.
Got it.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Shoot the deer. Come on.
Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Oh, wow. What?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh, shit. Unlucky, Sam.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Unlucky, Sam. It's a funky looking walking stick. So I'm not sure what the horror element is. They have so much food in this house, and they're all complaining that
After
they're
Sam
hungry.
died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
That is a creepy baby picture. That's fucking terrifying. What the fuck?
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
We got Gus. Well, easy to see where I need to go next. Gregory. What happened to Gregory?
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Am I gonna be a baby now?
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Huh.
Over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his robe was like. Reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw.
Aha.
It sure made him happy. I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Maybe.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want you to hear this.
I wish he could have told us.
Oh.
About the world he saw.
Oh, shit.
There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy.
Yeah, I'm sure he has a great time being dead.
Be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Man, this family does not have good luck.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
Oh, I need a
Our
pee in a
father
minute.
never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
I'll just fly my kite. Oh, okay.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Fuck you.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Okay. Oh.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Guess I haven't forgotten enough.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh, okay.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Well, that's
She
what
never
happened to
talked about
Gus.
him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Raise flag, breakfast, quiet time. Sweep trash, mop my yard. Rake, be a baby. Jump rope, jumping jack. Push up, crunches. Run to mailbox. Oh, is that not... where I need to go? Oh. Seems like the place to go. I guess not. Back out the way we came. I think maybe I'm going the wrong way. But it's not really giving me anywhere to go. missed? What have I missed? I need to be, but I need to figure out where to go. Right, they all have their own light switch, which I can't touch. Oh, what?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Now you can climb up the wall.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Right, I'm just going to pause it there and just go for a quick pee, so be right back. Right, we are back. Let's carry on. Find out what happened to Dawn. And then, looks like we've only got like 2 more. Unless there's more pages with more family members.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
So we just keep chucking random rooms and stuff on.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Fact or fiction? There's like a little classroom up here. I just saw something at the corner of my eye then.
But it didn't last.
Observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, conclusion. Earthquake. Can you read the... No, I can't read that. Okay, so she was a teacher. Oh no, yeah, they established that. An English teacher.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Why would you give him a castle? It's pretty cool, but... Okay, we'll come back to that. We'll go there next. Let's check out this funky little room first.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
What happened to Milton? Excuse me, where is Milton? How are their lights on? And the power's out. A painter, was he, Milton?
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Yep. Well, that doesn't tell you what happened to Milton, does it?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
That doesn't answer the mystery of Milton. That says he painted a doorway and walked through it, but... like... there was no...
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
They went through there.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Can you not go through the... try the painting?
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Oh, excuse me. It's your fault, Lewis.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
That looks like a pretty cool room. a fucking boat on the house. It's a pretty cool house, to be fair. I'd be happy with a house like this. Without all the sealed doors, obviously. It's got a hookah. A hookah.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Bit of a weed head, this guy.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch. Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
It's like a PS1. Well, the original PlayStation, even not PS1. Got a little pipe down there, look. You've got some weed in a bowl. Some pretty cool furs. Or posters even.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh, what? What the fuck?
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Oh, I'm falling behind on my fifth car.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Because I'm playing a fucking game in my head.
Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
That dog.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
so fucking weird.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his trucking was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished.
Oh yeah?
He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
This is so bizarre.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
keep it away from sinister stuff, shall we?
radiant rainbows.
Yeah.
He followed the sound of her
Whoops.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
The concentration.
He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
This is so fucking weird. What the fuck is going on?
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Oh.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
There's the Queen Lady. Oh, must have gone in there then, I guess. Well, that's a bit different. Not as nice on the inside. I'm guessing this is my locker at the
We began to forget the world we know.
cannery.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Huh?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
I'm guessing he killed himself at the cannery? Oh,
The
thank you,
palace
guys.
would be packed with his companions.
Hello. Hello. How's it going, Dave? Keith, Bob, Betty, Jim, Alan, Frank, George, Big Barry, Gary, Barry,
Including the
Harry.
wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Where's the wise Calico? There it is. Molly.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
Give me my crown. Although, that looks like you're going to cut my head off.
There was only one thing left to do.
Not put your head in a fucking guillotine.
Bend down his head.
Do it here. You fool. How do you think this is going to end?
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Well, I can't. He did. Right, so what do I do now? What else is there?
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Poor Edie.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
I understand why we left.
Do you? Because I still don't know what's going on. Other than your entire family pretty much is
My
dead.
mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
That's all that's left, is it? What, we're finished? Cool bedroom.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Can I see? Where's my present?
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
Why did
When
the
my
power
mom
get...
sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Why did they turn the electric off? Because Edie wasn't leaving.
Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
Oh, I'm not dead. You tell me.
I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
Well,
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
I don't think Grandma wants to go.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh. I kind of get in my head that it's just a cutscene or something, and then... kind of forget that I am also controlling it.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
No, you didn't.
I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
I remember doing this.
We both tried to make the best of it.
Ooh.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
No,
And then
she
I was
did.
alone.
You don't know that. You don't know where Milton is.
Last Finch left alive.
So you go back to the house that killed them all. Like,
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
yeah.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Am I... What's happening?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Hey, what? How? What the fuck? Well, that's a very short game. As if they put all like their child pictures up. For the credits. It's pretty funny. You never, like, what happened to Milton? Thanks, Johan. Strange trophy. What a bizarre game that was. Crazy short, though. Like, 2 hours. Some of these did not choose their best photos, did they? The old bowl haircut. So that's quite a lot of testers. I don't know how many testers you would normally have, but I mean, considering how short the game was, I didn't think you need that many. Why would I want to play it from the beginning, though? Why have I just... Oh shit. What have I done? Okay, that is What Remains of Edith Finch. Yeah. That's... yeah, basically. That was a lot shorter than I thought. But yeah, I think I'll call it a day here. And we'll either carry on with Neo 2 next time, or maybe we'll even try something else again, depending on how I'm feeling. Neo 2's... I rage quit last stream. I rage quit earlier today. So we'll see. But thanks for coming along, and we'll catch you another time. Take care.